Hi, my name is Trevin Kozlowski. I'm in class of 2021 and I play core squad ice hockey.
I'm Keaston Smith. I'm a class of 2020 and I'm on the core squad basketball team.
And I'm Joseph King V, class of 2021, Go Men Team Handball. Here at the Academy, the question arises of whether there's a divide between student athletes versus non-student athletes. After conducting 4 interviews, here's what we found. Enjoy.
Normal students, because they don't have to go through, the rigors of daily practice on top of the normal academics that student athletes have to do.
So I believe that there are advantages and disadvantages for each. To be a core squad athlete or D1 athlete, I think the biggest disadvantage comes with the time. There's no way that you can compare. I mean, you can say that playing your sport is more fun than having to go to drill or having to do company athletics, but even adding all of those times together, drill, company athletics, taskings, whatever, the times that you spend at your sport is always going to outweigh the time that a non-core squad student spends. So I would say that core squad students have a more difficult time at the academy than normal students.
Considering you gotta take both perspectives into account, maybe as a student athlete, you give up your summers, things like that, condensed schedule. So a regular student may see that as not being that hard. Or if you look at it from the other side, you can see having to drill and do things like that as being harder. So it depends on the perspective.
I'd say both types have their struggles, but I think as a student athlete here, you kind of have a little more requirements. Like you have the classroom that every student here at West Point has, and then after that, just the work you have to put into your respective sport takes up a lot of time and commitment that kind of just adds onto your plate. So I think the responsibility is a little higher as an athlete here.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
What are some of those stereotypes?
That they sham out of duties, or that they're typically dumber than the average cadet, or that they get in here only because of their ability to play sports more so than their ability to do academics or military stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely say that there are stereotypes. I think the biggest ones is that core squad athletes are aloof from either their company or the rest of the corps, or they're cliquish, right? They only hang out with their team, and they don't really hang out with the other members of their company, and they're quiet or distant, and seem to be getting in, the stereotype is they seem to be getting in trouble more than they're really adding to the company.
Yeah, there's plenty of them. Some people may think they're lazy, they get out of things, they're shammers, things like that. But being on both sides, I think they have to do just as much as a regular cadet in the Corps. It's just their efforts have to be placed in other areas sometimes.
At the academy.
Yeah, I mean, you see it a lot of times. Like, I think they say shammer in reference to core squad people getting out of duties or doing stuff. But I think it has gotten better. But there definitely is stereotypes of athletes and how they differ from students who aren't athletes here.
Okay.
I would say yeah. It's not very prevalent, but there is a divide, I feel, especially towards core squads and slugs, that people feel that core squatters get off easier than slugs do, and that slugs think that core squads get to sham out of duties and all that stuff, but don't really understand the daily practices and stuff that core squatters actually have to do.
You know what I mean? So I think this one is a little difficult to answer. I think you have to take this in a case-by-case basis, right? So if you wanted to map out every single person's friends, right? And you'd ask them who all their friends were, and so you could see all the connections between core squads and non-core squads. I would say that there would be core squads are more likely to be friends with core squatter people, and then regular students are more likely to be friends with regular students. I don't know if that constitutes a divide, but yeah, I think that you could say that there is a bit of a separation, at least in general. There is a bit of a separation between core squatters and normal students.
Sure, but you can probably credit that to being with the student athletes being with the teams most of the time and forming bonds and friendships with other cadets in the corps that just comes into play with who you're around more.
I wouldn't say divide. I think it's just a lot to do with the lack of like time they have to like spend with each other. Like, I know for us, we're gone a lot, so it's hard for us to mix in with students and like especially people in our company. So it's kind of just like not having the ability to spend time in your company area because you're busy with school and balancing that with like the schedule for your sport. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's so. It attracts more people towards the academy who go on to become officers. Take the old Suit, for example. He played football here. And the current Suit played football here. So it's not like you go on to become a crappy officer. You actually have the ability to do well, regardless if you play sports or if you're just here for academics.
Yeah, I 100% believe that West Point should have D1 athletes. There's a couple of positives, just like numbers wise, right? They generate money for the school. Additionally, they generate recognition for the school. It's something that it's very difficult for us to gain otherwise, right? So the only way that we're going to be on national television is when either something really bad happens, or the Oklahoma West Point football game, or the Duke Army basketball game, things like that. That's what's going to get us national recognition and be able to push or have other people see our the school of West Point itself. Additionally, some people might say that West Point or D1 athletes are worse officers. I don't think that there's any numbers, any statistics, or anybody that any way that you can that you could think that. Really, I think that West or D1 athletes are as good officers as normal people or normal students, and so I do believe that we should have D1 athletes.
Of course, but at the same time, considering the mission of the United States Military Academy at West Point, which is to commission officers to the United States Army, you don't want to have anything that can limit or stop someone from reaching their full potential as a future officer.
Definitely.
But the competition is great for Division I sports for the academy.
Personally, yeah, I mean, we have some pretty special people here, and I think presenting like the athletic programs draw like really good attention to West Point and kind of highlight like the excellence that students at West Point can produce. So I think it's good for both the school, the people, and the organization as a whole.